Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Let's see. Maybe I'll put it down a little bit. Okay. Happy Monday. This is Tammy, and I am live. Turn that down a little bit. Okay. I'm so super excited to be here. And I wanted to just talk a little bit about trusting your intuition, because so many people are having issues with that. Many times you try to step out and really step into trusting, the messages that you receive. So many different ways that we receive messages in our bodies. But what I've learned is that many times we do not listen to the messages that we receive, and we shut ourselves down or off from feeling. And so when you do that, it's difficult to even understand what you're getting in the messages that you're receiving. So, I want to talk today about how I am really leaning into trusting my intuition and how I help other people with the same. And so, I have a workshop coming up, and I just changed the date because I am moving. And so, I wanted to not put the pressure on myself. And so, I think the date is changed to the 17th of November for this Awaken Your Intuition workshop that I'm doing. The link is in my bio for Eventbrite. And if you're watching, make sure you're tapping the screen for me, and then also go to my bio and click on my YouTube channel and actually sign up, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would appreciate that. So again, I'm trusting my intuition. And so the thing about that is it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. It is not easy to trust your intuition. And sometimes, we have trusted our intuition and we feel like it proved us wrong. However, sometimes it is our expectations and what we expect when we start to trust our intuition. And so I want to share a little bit about, some ways that I have really been diving into trusting my intuition. So one way is I have been doing continuing education for my husband and myself. We have these licenses. We have to have continuing education. And so I've been doing our continuing education. And so I started working with it. And the programs are so freaking boring, y'all. They're so boring. So I like read through the first two. It was like 6 tests I think I had to do. So I read through like the first two, and the other ones I just kind of glanced at. I didn't even really pay attention. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to test my intuition. And so I started really just leaning into receiving the answers to the questions. And so I did. And y'all know what? I passed all the tests. I think I scored like 80s and 90s on all the tests just using my intuition. Now I'm going to go ahead and share that I'm a person that have always had, I've always had a photographic memory. So that's something that I have had since I was a child that I've known. I know that. And I've used that all through school, all my life, really. So, that being said, I didn't even really tap into that particular area. I just tapped into, when I read the question, what answer did I receive first? So whatever the first answer I received was the one I chose, and those were the right answers. And so that was one of the ways that I tapped into my intuition. Another way is we are actively getting ready to move. And so we were looking for a place, and I reached out to one house, and then we reached out to another one. And so the second one actually reached back to us first. The first one reached back out as well. And so we went and looked at those houses. I went and looked at one yesterday, and my husband and I looked at another one on Friday. And so I felt something when I spoke to one of the owners. I was like, yeah, I think she's going to give this house to somebody else. Why I felt that, it just hit me and it just came to me. And you know what? I shared it with my husband, and we already had decided that whichever house was the best for our best and highest was going to come forth. It didn't matter which one. One of them was going to come. We didn't know which one, but we knew that one would come because we had already put it out there to the universe. We had asked God to, open the doors for us to get a new place, because the place where we are now is just too small. The energy has changed in the area, and it's time for us to go. So, um, that being said, I realized that I was tapping in because I got the call today that, she had chosen somebody else, which I was grateful that she called, and I didn't even feel any kind of way. And that for me is growth, because in these times I have this little anxiety that I get, when I'm in the middle of trying to accomplish something. And so for me to be calm and patient and peaceful and really, not worry, which another thing is, I actually pulled a card for myself this morning, and the card said, worry not. so, and that was prior to, receiving the phone call and all of that. But I said that to say that I trusted my intuition, and I kind of knew, that we weren't going to get that house. And, she called back and she told us, why she, she made the decision, because actually the other person was first. There were three of us in the running for the house. And so, she said she had like 200 applicants. And so, I was appreciative. I was, and I thanked her, for, actually calling back, because a lot of times you don't even get a call, so you don't really know. And then you find out, but well, you do know. But anyway, for her giving me a call, I thought was amazing. And I was so appreciative, and so I said that to say that if we are to use our intuition in that way, if we are beginning to really tap in and really begin to ask the questions, because what I'm learning is that sometimes it's not that we don't know, or sometimes it's we don't want to know. And sometimes we don't want to ask the questions. And then there are other times when we don't know what questions to ask. Now I I was watching this movie on Amazon. It's a series called Naomi, and it's about this girl that's a superhero. No, I'm not seriously depressed. I actually am not. I actually really work hard not to be depressed. And that's one of the other things that, using my intuition has helped me to do, because seriously, I have dealt with depression in the past before, and I am a person that psych drugs do not work for me. They don't help me in any way, whatever they're supposed to be. You got to get out your room. Oh my God, you got to get out your room. It's probably one of the things that's contributing to your depression, because you got to get out. You have to get out in nature, in order to be able to, you know, just be able to ground, and sometimes that's what it is. However, I'm not going to make any assumptions, because I know that depression is real and it is hard to deal with. It is a challenge. It doesn't work. Yeah, I know. You kind of got to find what works for you. So like for me, I tried some different, you know, drugs. I went to the doctor and I said, this is what I'm dealing with. And, they gave me different things, and, none of them worked. And so I had to really start tapping in and really start, sitting in the power and actually really connecting with the Holy Spirit, with God, with the universe, with source. Those are things that have helped me, but it wasn't an overnight thing. It was a process. It takes time. It's not, and I know that you probably have been going through something over time. But when you start to shift your realities and you start to really tap in so that you can clear up all of those, what do they call them? When it makes the neural pathways, because that's what depression and anxiety and some of those really low level uh, emotions do. Surgery on your back. Oh my gosh. That's something that they told me I needed, but I refuse. I just will not do it. I try almost everything else I can try. I do acupuncture. I do a lot of inner work. I have, Reiki practitioners that work on me, as well as I do my own energy work. So those are some of the things that I have done. And I also recently started doing some yoga and some type of stretching, because I know that that's something that is needful as well. However, everybody's condition and circumstances are different. I would not presume to know about yours. So, anyway, as you really start stepping in and you really start tapping in and really start trying to truly understand, and it hurts today, I don't get out the house at all, oh my gosh. So when you really start tapping in and you really start trying to understand. And another thing that I want to talk about is that shadow work journal, which I don't have mine right here, but that shadow work journal is so amazing, and it does really help you to look at, yourself, and look at some of the things that you've been dealing with, because so many times things that we're dealing with emotionally are affecting the physical. Because what I know is, especially as we get older, because I will be 55 years old in a couple of weeks, and so I'm super excited about it. But I know that as we get older, we internalize stress more than when we were younger. When we were younger, we could throw it off so easy. I mean, just throw it off. Okay, no, not, just throw it off. Don't deal with it. But as we get older, for some reason, we internalize it more, and it starts to get trapped in our cells and our nervous system. So that is something that you want to deal with and you want to think about as well. But those things start getting trapped, and sometimes is unforgiveness and bitterness and all of that kind of stuff is what contributes to some of these conditions that we have. These autoimmune conditions, back pain as well is another thing that is so many times emotions trapped in your cells and in your nervous system. And so, another way to try to combat that and deal with that is really to start getting connected. Really start doing some inner work and try to see, what type of shadows you need to integrate. Because, shadows are really only, opposite parts of our personality, different parts of our personality that need to be integrated. And so, yeah, that's gonna be a block. Okay, enough of that. Okay. So, anyway, moving on with that. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really just wanted to just talk about tapping into our intuition and how we really, receive information that is necessary to help us in this world and to help us to grow and to help us to change and to help us to move, because that really is what we need in this planet. So if you are interested, I have a workshop that I'm doing on awakening your intuition. It is happening. It's on Eventbrite, and the link is in my bio. And also, if you would jump on my bio and go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel, I would be most appreciative. But the link is in the bio if you would like to jump in that workshop. It is Awakening Your Intuition. And I think I changed it to November 17th because I had to move it because I am moving and I didn't want to put so much pressure on me because I'm moving. Yeah. And so that's a thing for me. That is another testimony that I will share soon about that, because that is going to blow your socks off. Because I tell you, my husband and I are people of faith. And so when we decide that we're going to do a thing and we put our faith out there, we know that things are going to work out exactly as they are designed to work out. And y'all check out my book that's behind me. Let me put one down. Walking Away, Winning the War Against AIDS, Shame, Abuse, AIDS, and Abandonment. And that's the back of it. That's me. That's me. Okay. So you can get a copy of that on Amazon. It is on Amazon. You can grab it, or if you want to get an autographed copy from me, you can also go into the my inbox and message me. Autographed copies sent to you is, I think, $20. So just let me know. That includes the shipping. But if you want to grab it on Amazon, you can do it there as well, as long as you get it and read it, because it is my part of my story. It is a true story, and it's part of my journey. Mostly, with my ex, and yeah. So, and it's one of the things that I truly do appreciate it. I truly do appreciate. So, again, thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all more than you know. I will be coming on here to do on TikTok to do some healings and some readings. Trying to decide on a schedule. So just look out for me. If you follow me, I appreciate you. But just be looking out for me because I'm going to be coming on to do that because that's something that I feel called to do. And also, I'll be doing more workshops. I'm doing a workshop soon coming up on connecting to your intuition to read oracle cards. So if that is something that you're interested in learning how to do that, I am teaching that. I have a few other courses that I want to do, workshops really, because I really truly do enjoy the workshops. Like I want to do one on releasing the shame after divorce because I know there are a lot of people that are dealing with that or that have dealt with it or are dealing with it. And so that's something that, I'll be doing soon as well. And if you are on your spiritual awakening journey and you would like to join me in having some spiritual mentoring, where you have somebody that you can talk to, that you can bounce things off of, that you can ask questions. It'll be a private Facebook group as well as I think I'm going to set it up on Telegram as well too, and we'll do Zoom calls. And I have a couple of different ways that you can work with me. Um, so just reach out and let me know that you are interested. And also, if you're watching on TikTok, make sure that you go to my YouTube channel, go to the link in my bio on the YouTube channel and click on that and subscribe to my YouTube and watch some videos because you know what? I have 1,000 videos on there. I'm sure there's something that you can find. I have meditations, I have healings, I have my podcast, Straight Outta Savannah. And if you are a podcast listener, you can listen to Straight Outta Savannah anywhere that you get your podcasts. Podcasts. It is on Spotify and it's Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Podbean. Anywhere you get your podcast, you can listen to my shows. And if you are a spiritual entrepreneur and you would like to come on Straight Outta Savannah and share about it, come on, let's do the thing. So I'm super, super excited about all of those things that are happening. And so, anyway, so join me tomorrow. This is day 7 of 30 days of lives. So join me tomorrow. I'll more than likely be doing day 8. If not, it'll be Wednesday. But today is day 7 of 30 days of live. And I thank you for joining me. And I appreciate all of you watching and those of you that are looking for some support on your spiritual journey. I am there for you. So again, have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, weekend. I appreciate you. Bye now.